Good afternoon. Let's see if Facebook and the internet and the lack of wind and all the beautiful weather is going to allow This Is Private practice happen today. Welcome to Wednesday. Just had to make sure it was Wednesday. Been feeling a little bit of the fatigue myself today. Was kind of hoping it was Thursday, but then realized what I'm doing on Thursday. So kind of grateful that it's not Thursday, because I would have really stuffed up my week if that was the case. How is your week going? I know many of you in the Northern Hemisphere have down tools and ready to celebrate Thanksgiving. The rest of the world is just chugging along, doing the things that we do, making sure that we continue to see our clients and love on our people and all of the things and the stuff. Jill Johnson Young, why does it not surprise me that you are here today? I hope you have a lovely Thanksgiving weekend away, and that any work stuff that you try to do will be fun work stuff. Although sometimes clearing out the not fun work stuff creates the room for the fun work stuff. I say that as I try and work out how the heck to create procedures for a customer of ours that really is like a choose your own adventure novel, but the chapters are very short. So it really doesn't feel like there is a rhyme nor reason for anything. And if A happens, you don't do B, you do B, C, D, E, right through to Z. And then nobody tells it. Anywho, it's like me trying to understand the insurance system in the United States, which I think if I tried to draw the flow chart, which I think happens, would look like a kid scribbling, because there's no rhyme nor reason to that either. Hallelujah. Thank you, corporate organizations, for running administratively heavy businesses so that the rest of the world can spend hours going, what the heck just happened and why can't I serve the people? Understand my frustration? I think you do. Kelsey Pope, lovely to see you. What have you got planned, Kelsey Pope, for Thanksgiving? I actually know what's been planned for you, but I wondered if you knew what had been planned. It's always fun to play with families from the other side of the world where I have no responsibility or accountability. That is a joke, people. We call that funny. Interestingly, I was going to talk yesterday in Tactical Tuesday, talk into virtual assistants, or when we need assistance. But since yesterday and the problems I had trying to record this, I've had a lot more conversations about it. So I've actually got some more information to share with you. So this was born out of a conversation I had with somebody last week who had started working with me and had come to me going, I need you to help me work out how to get the best out of a virtual assistant. And I'm like, because what I knew, I was like, what does she need a virtual assistant to do for her? And she was going, I've been told that I need a virtual assistant. If I'm going to be a success in private practice, then I need to have a virtual assistant. So I was talking about, well, what things could a virtual assistant help you with? And she goes, well, I don't know, and that's what I need you to help me work out. Okay, so we need to just kind of unwrap this a little bit. Virtual assistant means the only thing that virtual assistants have in common with each other is they're not in your office. They are virtual to you. And then not all assistants are created equal. They don't all have the same skill set. They don't all have the same knowledge. They don't have the same experience. They don't have the same language capabilities. They don't have the same cultural competency. They can't read your mind. None of them can do that. Okay, that's two things that are in common. They are often in different time zones, and we need to learn what it is that we would like an assistant to do, how we would like them to do it, and then ask them if they could help us with it, and then make sure that we're training and educating and keeping them up to date. A virtual assistant has been an incredibly poor choice of assistants for me, because I need somebody. I move fast, I make a lot of decisions quickly, but I don't often communicate all the details. So I learned very quickly that I needed somebody inside my business with me who was around, who is able to apprehend my actions and go, no, we don't need to be doing that now. Or go, what was that conversation you just had? I probably needed to be a part of that because you weren't going to tell me about it, were you? I didn't do this on purpose. This is just a part of who I am and how I work. So coming back to this client I was talking to the other day, what we actually discovered was that she does not need a virtual assistant. She is private pay. She does not use an EHR. She's got different type of record keeping systems. Everybody pays her when she comes to her center. All her referrals come from word of mouth. She doesn't need a lot of time for marketing or social media posting. She doesn't do insurance billing or private pay. She's making good money. Where she needs assistance is managing her children at home and before and after school care. She needs assistance with getting bills paid. She needs assistance with making sure that repairs are done on her house. So that would be a really difficult thing for somebody to do virtually, I would think. Yes, I'm not going into that. So in discussion, we discovered that she doesn't need a virtual assistant for her business. She's on top of stuff. She's actually really techie proficient as well, so she doesn't need any of that assistance and actually enjoys that. She set herself up incredibly well. Unique skill set, very good therapist with techie skills. They are unusual breeds, people, but we found one. So in the end, we discovered that what she really needed was an au pair. So we sat down and we looked at all the tasks and things that she wanted help with, and it wasn't going to be an administrative assistant or an intake coordinator or anybody like that. It was, she was like, I need to do all of that. I want to do all of that. That's how I run my business. That's really important for me to do. I'm not spending hours on it. So that was a really cool decision. You just want to have that practice. Yes, she needs a Kelsey. Yes, I agree. But well, Kelsey and I'll get there one day. So it's really important to understand that if you're going to go and ask for assistance, what do you want help with? One of the other biggest problems I see all the time is therapists going to a virtual assistant wanting to pay very cheap, what they consider to be very cheap or cost-effective rates, so not a lot of money, and expect them to be their marketing consultant. That is not the skill set of a virtual assistant. You've got to think of your virtual assistant as your admin machine, as the person who gets pieces of paper processed, make sure that things get put in the right place, do things on time, support you. That is not marketing. It might mean that they can post social media posts for you, but it should not mean they are creating social media content on your behalf. It also means that they may not have the skills to create a landing page or a sales page or to do a payment gateway integration. They certainly should not be doing your bookkeeping. It is a completely different skill set. And I think there's just not enough time taken by people to think about what are the tasks I need done and then what are the skills of the person that I need. So skills is one part of this equation. So if you've ever worked in a workplace that involves other people, you have met very talented people who are very good at the skills who are just not nice people to be around. Yes, I did say that out loud on the interwebs. So you also need to find somebody you can work with, who you can relate to. So it's not just about getting the work done and the skills completed and having that match. That's one part of the match. Work tasks is one part. We need to create a work environment that allows the flow, the to and the flow, the to and the fro flow, so that you're not going forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. Oh my God, that drives me insane. So I have virtual assistants. It's for very, very specific things with my online marketing and program delivery. And that's because at the moment, Sophie's job is so friggin' big that to ask her to try and take this on and learn it on top of the other things that we've got going on is unfair and unreasonable. But I wouldn't go to market looking for a virtual assistant and ask them to do this stuff. I've gone to somebody and gone, who knows how to use ActiveCampaign, who is really good at making technology work and integrating technology, who can think like I think when it comes to online marketing, who can find the gaps and the problems that are happening with my online delivery and help me plug those gaps. It's a very, very different skill set to a normal everyday VA. So if you are looking for assistance in your business, can you please make sure you have some clarity around what assistance you actually need? Then you're going to go and create the skill set of that person that you need. Then you're going to look at the culture fit that you need, because the best person on the planet for you may not be the most educated, the most experienced, or the most competent. I always recruit for coachability or teachability. I can teach skills. I can't teach people how to be a nice human being. Well, I probably could, but I can't be bothered to teach somebody how to be a nice human being. But the way I work is going to be incredibly different to the way you guys work. And you have to know yourself well enough to know how you get a good fit happening there. And if you're going to ask a virtual assistant to take over payroll, or if you're going to get them to do anything with money, you have got to have massive trust, right? Massive trust. Marketing, reputation management, you've got to have massive trust. So again, it does not just come down to the skills that person has. You need to have a good fit with that person as well. So there's task, there's relationship, and there's that thing that you guys create together. All of those things need to be considered when looking for a virtual assistant or any type of assistance that you need in your business. And don't be scared to say virtual isn't going to work for me. One of the most liberating things I ever did, because I was paying $150,000 in one 12-month period for 2 VAs who were replicating the same work, and I felt like nothing was getting done. I needed somebody in the office with me, and it has been the best thing I ever did. All right, happy Thanksgiving to all the happy Thanksgiving celebrating people. I am looking forward to connecting with you later this week. I also know that if you don't turn up tomorrow afternoon, it's got nothing to do with me and all the fact that you've had lots of turkey. So apparently you're going to eat turkey, and apparently you're going to put pumpkin in a pie. Who does that? What is that about? Oh, apparently it's yummy. And that was an Australian. I'll be going now. So until I see you later this week, go be your awesome self.